Alright, so now that we're just about done with our app, I want to show you guys an app that will allow you to test your XDK applications right on your actual device. It's called App Lab, and it's recommended by Intel to work with XDK. So the screenshot you see on my screen, it is my actual device. So what I'm going to do is go to the Play Store, and you want to search for App Lab, and choose the top option, and I'm going to click on Install, and we're going to accept. And let's open it up. So this is the first screen you'll get, and if we click on Enter the App Lab, it takes us to one of the demos, which is, I believe it uses the accelerometer. I'm not even sure how it works. What you want to click on or touch is the My Apps icon up in the top right. And you're going to need your Intel login information to do this. So click on My Apps, and it's going to ask you if you have App Lab, if you have the test container installed or not. So click on I have it installed, and then there's going to be a list of apps. You'll see the Eduonics or whatever app that you have on your in your XDK account. And I have this Tech Guy Info Foobar. That's actually the same app. That's the Eduonics app, but on my other account. So that's why it doesn't say Eduonics, but it's the same exact thing. I just did it so that I can test locally, because if you test locally, you're actually testing on your machine through a USB cord. The app tester is in the cloud, which has to be updated. So we're going to click on Test Local. Alright, and now we're going to click Launch. And this is now the app running on your device. There's no virtual device or anything like that. This is straight on your device. Same as if you had downloaded it from the App Store. Alright, so here's our app. We have our 4 options. So the first thing I want to test is geolocation. And there it is, right at my exact address. So geolocation works. Let's go back and let's test the camera. Alright, so we have our 4 options. I'm going to click on Take a Picture, and I'll just take a picture of my computer screen. And now this comes up, so we can click the check to keep the image. Oh, sorry about that. XDK pop up, just ignore that. Alright, so we took a picture, Alright, now let's import a picture. So I'm going to click on import a picture, and it gives us some options for the app we want to use. I'm going to use the gallery app, and I'm going to just click on camera, and I'll choose a picture of my son. Now when you're testing with App Lab, I do find it a little slower than if the app was installed on your device. Alright, so now let's view pictures, and you can see we now have the two pictures, the one I snapped of the computer and the one I uploaded of my son. Now we don't have any functionality where we can zoom in or anything like that, because this is really just to get a base and just to understand how this works. Alright, so now I'll click on clear pictures. We get a pop-up, pictures have been cleared. Click OK. It brings us back. Alright, so camera's working. Let's go back to the home page, and let's try out the accelerometer. By the way, if you're using an iPhone or a BlackBerry, the app is going to look different depending on which platform you're on. This is the Droid look, the darker look. So I'm going to click on Start Accelerometer, and numbers are just shooting off. Moving it around. Alright, so now I'm going to stop it. Okay, so now it's stopped, so that's working pretty easy. Let's go back to the home page. Let's click on contacts. We have get, add, and choose. Let's click on add, and it's going to ask about a program that you want to use. If you're using a Droid, you're most likely going to be Google. So I'll click that, and we get the standard add a contact. So I'm going to call this contact Abby, just so she's at the beginning of my list. We'll say Abby Tester, and we'll put a phone number and an email. Alright, so I'm going to click next. Save up at the top. And there she is. So we've created a contact with our application. Alright, so if we can go back, and finally if I click on get, it brings up all my contacts. And what I have is an unordered list with the name, the email, and the number. So you'll notice some of them, for instance, Abby has all of them because we entered the email, the number. Some of these contacts only have numbers, and some of them are null, and I'm not exactly sure why. I I would imagine maybe it's a contact without a name, but you can see it's got all of our contacts. So that's how you can get, add, and choose from your camera. So that pretty much wraps up our application. Obviously this isn't really an application that would be in production. It's more of a learning tool, so you can see how we can access different APIs. And next I will show you how you can actually debug while using your device, and then finally after that we'll talk about what's needed in order to submit an application to the app stores. We're not going to actually submit an application, but I will go over the steps on how you would do so.